Hi everyone, this is Laura, and today I have a project to share with you. I have been asked by Lucy, who is the owner of the Tresors Deluxe Etsy shop and also here on YouTube, to be a guest designer for the month of January. And I was so excited. Of course, I said yes. And if you guys been watching my videos, you would see that I had already received my DT package from Lucy. So I kind of thought about it and thought about it, and I actually started out thinking I was going to do one thing, and I turned around and did something totally different. And I'm going to share with you what my inspiration was for the project that I made for Tresors Deluxe. As you all know, we're recently over the holidays, and I actually created this about a week ago, but I'm loading the video now because I kept adding on to it. It's been a work in progress. Um, my husband came home with some containers. Now, I got to tell you guys, I am really a big fan of recycling and realtering and repurposing items, especially things that we can use at home. And every holiday, I kid you not, I get about 4 or 5 of these containers, and I am not big on the cookies that these containers come in, but we always manage to get many of these containers. Now, I am going to let you in on a little secret. We don't get the cookies, we just get the empty containers because where my husband works, they're always, the salespeople are constantly dropping off goodies for all the departments to share. And what he does is he goes around asking if anyone wants the containers. Now, occasionally, the girls and him do like the cookies. We'll get 1 or 2 of these containers, but for the most part, he goes and gathers these containers for his wives and he brings them home to me. One year, as a matter of fact, I even made a video about 4 years ago, and I had a challenge of asking everyone to utilize those containers. So let me stop talking about that, put my sign to the side, and let me share with you what I'm talking about. This is the before. This is what it looks like before. And I know so many of us must get these containers. You see them at CVS, Rite Aid, Walmart, all Kmart, Target, all the big department stores. You know what they are? They are the holiday cookie bins, and they usually have them around. I mean, they're all year long, but I usually see them the most around the holiday time. And I thought that it would be really cool because, as much as I do love these containers, I'm not so excited about the color or to have these cookies and that writing, and I'm just not happy with it. So I decided I wanted to do something a little bit different for Lucy. I wanted to try to do something that maybe you guys haven't seen before. Also, I wanted to inspire a lot of you girls out there and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, rather. For those of us that have these containers laying around, maybe this will let you look at them a little differently, inspire you to create something with them as well. And just so you know, these tops are usually slightly embossed. So I did take that into consideration when decorating my tin. Now this one lays flat. The tin that I decorated happens to be a little bit taller. Um, and I did do it so that I can have a nice little storage container for my scrapbook room. So let me bring out the container that I decorated so I can share that with you. And this is pretty much what I created. I think I'm going to start with the sides first because that's where I used most of the trims that I received from Lucy's store. So this is my container. It used to be one of those big butter cookie containers in blue. And what I did to the container first was I gessoed the whole thing. And yes, my container is extremely horribly dirty. It's the Studio Gesso by Claudine. I can never pronounce the woman's last name. Hillsmith or Hillsmith? Well, it's by her. I also use my distress paints. I use sponge sugar and bronze. Um, and what I did was I gessoed the container first. Then on the lid and the parts that I knew that I would not be able to embellish, like here and here, because it is one of those containers that you have to like push in and out, as you can see there. I colored all that in the sponge sugar and the metallic bronze, and those are the Tim Holtz Distress paints. And then once that dried, and it took me several days to paint it because it is metal, any little scratch that I made would remove the paint. Now, I didn't have a sealer at home, so I really couldn't seal it, but I did put some Mosh Posh on it. Then what I did after I did that, and you know what, guys, if some of the paint does get scraped off, I was actually okay with that because I did want it to look vintagey and beat up eventually. Maybe not right this second before I share with you my project, but yeah, eventually I would. So then what I did was I have this pearl flatback pearl trim in my stash, and I just glued that all around the top. To that, I added these string of pink pearls, and I believe these are 4 millimeter. Um, and of course, I used those. And let me raise that up a little bit. Oh, thought I had it. There we go. Hold on, guys. I am so sorry. I am trying to film this at a really bad angle here. So yeah, so then I use my pink stringed pearls, and they're 4 millimeter. Then I have 2 layers of the pink mesh bling that I also added there. Then I used my Graphic 45 Ladies Diary papers, and although you really can't see the papers too well here, you can probably see it here. I used the one with the teacups and the text, and I just covered the whole container. Um, and I just wrapped it around the whole container, and I Mosh Poshed that down. Then here I have the lace and trim from Lucy's shop, and I don't know if you guys can see how awesome this trim is. This trim right here, this actually has like little holes in it, and I loved it so much I just couldn't bring myself to cut into it. So what I did was I just glued that down, and then I added these flat back teardrop and circle pearls to them. Then I covered the whole container with lace, as you can see there, and this was just some very white lace that I had in my stash. Below that, I added this heart, and I am so in love with these little hearts. Look, guys, aren't they gorgeous? These look like the daintiest little crocheted or embroidered. Actually, they're embroidered and crocheted. The center part of the hearts are embroidered, and then the outside has this very dainty lace crochet thing going on. This also was is available at Lucy's shop, and this was sent to me in my TT package. And then I just glued that down there. I added these metal pieces that I have purchased and had in my stash, and these were actually a very dark, almost black metal. And again, I used my Tim Holtz Distress paints, and I colored them in bronze, and you can see some of the darker color peeping out occasionally here and here. To that, I added some bling, and I added these little white um, flat back pearl hearts to the centers. Next to that, I have this peacock, which I also added some of that, but I added a lot less paint to these because I really wanted it to look tarnished and vintagey. So I added a few gems. I wanted the other holes to look like they purposely fell out. And I added some pink and blue and very light. Actually, I have a light pink, a dark pink, a light blue, and a dark blue, little tiny little gems that I glued onto the peacock. And of course, the peacock was also distressed with the metallic bronze paints by Tim Holtz. And I did the same treatment here with this little heart. So I have the heart and the metal pieces going all the way around, as you can see. Um, they are going all the way around, all the way around. Oopsies. And it's going all the way around. Now below that, I have another piece of trim that is available at Lucy's shop. And that's this gorgeous piece right here. And I want to bring it closer. You guys can see that. Isn't that beautiful? I so love that trim. And to me, it looked like three little flowers clustered together in each little group. And I just love this trim. Again, I didn't want to cut it up, so I just attached it to the bottom. I'm using my fabric glue, and I added pink and almost like off-white flat back pearls, and I believe these are 8 millimeters. And I added these all along the bottom, and I went all the way around. Then to the bottom of the can, I added this white little ruffle trim that I had in my stash, and I just glued that all the way around as well. And then every so often, I have a cluster of roses. I have the rosebud here, which this is also from Lucy's shop. And I am so in love with these flowers because it's a nice pink, but it also has this gold or metallic bronzy gold color on the flowers, which is what inspired me to add some metallic paint to the can, as you can see right here. And I also have two little tiny 15 millimeter open roses from from Wild Orchid Crafts on either end as well. And I added a whole bunch of these going all the way around. It's like little clusters everywhere. And I want to turn that around and around so that you can see that. And I hope you guys can see that. See the metallic gold that's on these flowers? I just love them. Come on, camera, focus. Oh, there we go. And the flowers come like this, and they have the gold. It's almost like leaf gold or that liquid gold. It's all over the leaves. It's all over the flowers. I just love it. So I thought that would look really nice there. And then for the cover, let me just turn this around. I had this little chipboard words that said totally girly. The only problem is this was a really hot pink, and this was like a really, really, and I mean really bright purple. So what I did was I just sewed both of them, and then I colored them in, again using the sponge sugar. But because this one was a little bit darker, I don't know if you can tell, but it did come out slightly darker. And that was totally okay with me. I loved it just the way it came out, so I just glued them down. I did have another piece of the Ladies Diary papers by Graphic 45. I cut it into the circle so that it would fit on the inner part of the lid. And I glued that down with some Mod Podge. Then I added some stickles after the paint dried to the words. I let that dry, then I glued those down. I added some pieces of applique lace. Um, and this piece here also came from Lucy's shop. And I just glued a few pieces here and there. These are some recollection flowers that were gifted to me by some scrappy friends. And I used this one, and this one. I added some pearls, string pearls in pink all around the container. And then I added the diamond mesh bling also in pink. And the words spell out totally girly because I wanted to make the container totally girly. And the things that occupy in this container will be totally girly things, like flowers. And then I have this Recollections butterfly that I also added to the top. Another piece of this flowery applique. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, guys. I have a slight little cold coming on. Um, this bling and pearl swirls that I have here, I believe this is also from Recollections. Added another little piece of the flower here, another little piece of the applique trim here. So that's the cover, and that's the top. And here is the sides one more time. And I really am loving how the peacock came out with the stress paints and all the little jewels. I even added one on her eye. I am so loving these little hearts. They came out gorgeous. Just the right touch. And this trim, I just love playing with your products, Lucy. They are amazing, and they make every project just so luxe. It does. It really does. I can't help but feel it. I want to keep rubbing it. So, of course, I did the container, and of course, my daughter, first thing out of her mouth when I finished it was, "Mom, can I have that one?" I said, "Oh no, not this one. This one is going to be Mommy's. This one is from Mommy's room." So, guys, I hope this inspires you to get those icky cookie containers out of your closets, out of your storage areas, and maybe you can create something and alter them as well. And please, guys, for your projects, oopsies, I'm sorry, for your projects, don't forget to visit Lucy's Etsy shop, which is Tresors Deluxe. And also, show her a little love. If you have not subscribed to Tresors' YouTube channel, why don't you go on over and check them out? I will leave links to both the Etsy shop and the YouTube channel in the description box below. I hope you're all having a blessed day today, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.